You will never regret to be here tonight with us. Let's go, party is going on.
The certificates over the blockchain, first of all, is the
All right. Hello, everybody. Hey, this is Daniel Higgins coming to you live. Man, we're about to jump into some amazing content, but amazing mentor, Mr. Ty Best, leader and founder of Wealth Builders Worldwide, highly recommends that we start every event, every interaction, starting with one amazing topic, and that topic is the dream. So this is absolutely for the dreamers. Today, tonight, this afternoon, if you have something that keeps you up late at night, that wakes you up early in the morning, a passion that kind of continues to gnaw at you, something that you just know you have to do with yourself, with your life, empowering others, time freedom, financial freedom, location freedom, right? Having that flexibility to spend with loved ones, complete debt freedom, right? Removing that house note, right? Completing that car payment, right? Getting rid of all that debt. Woo! I don't know what your dream is, but I tell you right now, we definitely have a vehicle here to help you. One of the things that we help with is mindset. Our Wealth Builders Worldwide team absolutely helps correct, improve, and really move you towards having a millionaire mindset. Why is that? It's because we actually have millionaire mentors. Now, there's some amazing books. Like I told you, we're talking about the dream today, tonight, this afternoon. Everything starts with the dream. If you don't have something that you're passionate about, everything that you hear after this will just fall on deaf ears, okay? So we are talking specifically to the dreamers, those that have that within their mind's eye and within their heart to do something different with their lives, to empower themselves, to empower others. And like I mentioned, all those amazing things like time freedom, financial freedom, debt freedom, location freedom, taking those one-way trips, you know, not having to worry about when you're coming back because you have that flexibility, right? Now, why am I talking about this today, tonight, this afternoon? Because my amazing sponsor and mentor, Mr. Michael Dalcoe, who's right here in this amazing picture, we look real sharp. That was us several years ago, actually. I think that was, oh, well, hey, I won't age ourselves, right? We're looking sharp, right? So this amazing gentleman, we served in the music ministry together in the church that we were both connected to. And it was truly my honor. He's such a skilled musician, man of God, but he has also connected with Wealth Builders Worldwide and tapped into becoming a millionaire. Him and his amazing, lovely wife have enjoyed time freedom and financial freedom for several years. And who's better to help you get to a goal than someone who has already attained that goal? It's really, really important to note that there's a lot of great books, including the Bible, but there's a lot of great books like The Richest Man in Babylon that encourages people to glean information from someone who has already been successful in the endeavor that you are trying. Learn from people who have already tapped into success in an area that you're pursuing. So if you're pursuing debt freedom, you want to connect with someone who's debt free. If you're pursuing financial freedom, you want to listen to people who are financially free. Now, what's great about what we have right now is that you can get connected to people in every walk of life that have been successful or are successful right now in whatever it is, the endeavor that you're looking to do, right? So, for example, we have moms, fathers that are financially free, spending all their time with their children. We have people who are taking care of their mother and their father because they're older in age and they wanted to have that time freedom to spend with them because of their needs, right? So there's a vast array of wealth builders that are doing things to empower not just themselves and not just their lives, but other people's lives because they have time freedom, right? And there's another amazing book called Fake by Robert Kiyosaki. And he talks about in that book, fake money, fake teachers, and fake assets. One thing he recommends in his book is to learn from real teachers, people who have done what you're looking to do. So you notice the theme of learning from someone who's successful in the area that you want to be successful. And we even heard that today in our power call. If you're not connected to our Wealth Builders Worldwide power call, you want to be connected because you're going to hear not just from millionaires, but you're going to hear tips, success tips that's going to help you in every little facet of life and build you up as a person. All right. So that's my introduction. We're about to hear from Mr. Michael Dalcoe, an amazing leader, passionate about helping people. He was connecting and sharing and pouring out his heart to help you think like a millionaire because he's already reached that status. So he's encouraging other people to join along. And he has an amazing mentor called Mr. Ty Best, who has created this wonderful organization called Wealth Builders Worldwide. We're doing and connecting with people all over the world from all different walks of life. Over 40,000 people connected to Wealth Builders Worldwide. Like I said, we're going to start with the dream. We're going to sandwich some content in between, and then we're going to end with the dream. All right. Thank you guys for your time. I'm about to jump in right here with this audio video from Mr. Michael Dalcoe.
Winners. We are Wealth Builders Worldwide, and tonight this is the Freedom Call. Now, the Freedom Call is different from all other venues that we have, and you'll probably see Mr. Best pop in here in a little while, and when he does, it's going to be my honor to move off the platform and let you guys get to hear from the man himself, the Dream Builder, my personal mentor, who has mentored me from an ordinary working stiff to making millions of dollars in this industry and literally living the life of my dreams. My wife and I spent every single day together. She had a doctor's appointment today. I just sat outside the doctor's office and waited for her to finish her appointment. Let me tell you, I was within yards of her and I didn't want to move too far because over these last 4 years that she's been free and over the last 8 years that I've been free, I've grown very accustomed to being with her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If that sounds like the type of lifestyle you like to lead, type dream in the chat room. Yeah, that's that dream lifestyle. That's that dream lifestyle. And folks, tonight I'm going to talk about the topic that Mr. Best gave me his notes for. And I'm going to follow those notes pretty explicitly. And it's called How to Think. How to think. It all starts with thinking. How to think like a millionaire. Now, I know many of us are even dreaming bigger than millionaire status. We're dreaming billionaire status. But you have to cross over millionaire to get to billionaire. And millionaire status is a lot of money. When you get, you will be living a life that you could have never imagined you could live. And so I'm going to try to walk this thing down and get into the one area that limits us from being able to live that millionaire lifestyle. And I'll say something else about being a millionaire. You don't just want to be $999,999.99 and make that next penny and it tips you over into millionaire. Because when you, not if you, when you reach millionaire status, you'll go from $1.8 million to $996,000. You'll flow in and between millionaire status when you reach $1 million. No, you want to be with what my wife calls high millions, where you jump into over 10 million. 10 million and above is high millions, right? And then you want to break into the hundreds of millions, right? High millions is an 8-figure number. And then high millions, over 100 million, that's a 9-figure number, which drives you into the billionaire status. And here's a fun fact. Write this down, somebody in the chat room. This, when I teach this to my children, how you handle $1 is how you're going to handle $1 million. I'm already teaching y'all. Y'all better catch up. I'll be done in a second. If you don't pick this up, I'll be done in a second. How you handle $1 is how you handle $1 million. Man, I could literally stop right there, Mike Johnson. I could just stop talking and let y'all just marinate on that thought for a second. The way you handle $1 is how you handle $1 million. My son, sometimes he says, Dad, I ran out of money. Can you send me $100? And I say, son, what are you going to do with the 100? Because how you handle 100 is how you're going to handle $1 million. You take that 100 and you broke in 3 days, you're going to do the same thing with $1 million. You get that $1 million, you're going to be broke in whatever, 3 months, 3 years, it doesn't matter, because you're going to avoid the one thing that takes you from 1 million to 10 million, from 10 million to 100 million, from 100 million to 1 billion. You're going to avoid it. You're going to avoid it like the plague. And I said, here's another thing that I do with my kids. I give my kids allowance, and they're not kids either, they're adults. But because I'm fortunate and because I work so hard to build an empire, I have the luxury of doing what I've always wanted to do with my children, which is what Mr. Best does for his kids. They've never had a job. They work in the family enterprise. And Mr. Best takes care of his whole family, and they've never even applied for a job. And I wanted that when Mr. Best first told me that. And fortunately, through hard work, determination, and consistency, my wife and I have been able to, for the last 5 years, give our children a weekly stipend, like trust fund babies. And how do we do it? And so once we started doing that for our children, when they ask me for extra, I get really perturbed. And so I said, my son says, Dad, why do you get upset when I ask for extra? You got the money. And I said, it's not a matter of having the money, son. And so I'm going to teach you guys what I taught my youngest son. Here's what I took him. This is what I told him. I said, son, when I give you an extra $100 aside from what I've already apportioned to give you, I'm giving you money that I've allocated to grow for me. I hope you're listening right now. When you take $100 and you put it somewhere where it wasn't originally allocated, you're literally firing those 100 slaves. Every dollar that comes into your possession becomes a worker. It becomes an employee, and you're supposed to put those dollars to work. Every time you buy something, you're firing employees. And here's what these employees do. They don't sleep. They don't take lunch breaks. They don't take smoke breaks. They don't take sick days. They never get sick. They don't take vacations. They never need any time off. They don't get old. They don't die. Right? Those dollars that you earn, however you earn them, they become a decision as to whether they become an employee or they become a medium of exchange for some stuff. Now, I know, everybody needs things. I mean, this tie, it costs money. It costs a good penny. This suit, it costs money. My haircut, my son is my barber, but I still pay him. It costs money. This computer, this video camera that I'm speaking to you over, it costs money. So yes, absolutely, we have to pay for things. But ladies and gentlemen, what you do with your dollars dictates what your life is going to look like in the future. Every time you spend a dollar, you fire an employee. Write that down. Every dollar I spend is firing my employee. If you have G999 or cryptocurrency assets right now and you cash them out, Crypto Steve said you literally kill the golden goose. Type that in. Every time you cash out, you kill the golden goose because the golden goose is creating more golden eggs. So when you take your assets and listen, let me do a disclaimer right here because I feel myself starting to get a little heavy. We do what we must, especially those of us in GS Partners that are full-time, earning digital assets all day, every day. So you literally have to sometimes cash out some of those assets in order to pay your bills and do what you have to do. I get that. But how you handle $1 is how you will handle $1 million. Do you just say, well, it's just $1, let me go spend it? Do you do that? Or do you go, okay, this is $1, what can I do with this dollar? How much of this dollar can I put to work for me? So I tell my son, you need $100? Okay, you're taking that $100 that I've allocated to work for me and you're killing it. Whereas I can take that $100, put it into a digital asset, and I can watch it go up and down in a continually upward trajectory, and that $100 turns into $130. And $130 turns into $180. The 180 turns into 215 to 480 to 1,000 to 3,000. This is how the wealthy think. They don't just spend their money. Folks, I literally take dollars and put it in my console so that when I'm driving down the street, I've already allocated that console full of dollars to hand the poor and the needy if they come up to my window. I want to be a blessing to people if it's within my power to do it. And so I don't take from my assets that I'm using to grow my wealth. I allocate a portion, put it in my console to give. 1/10 of everything I earn, I apportion it for giving. Think about this. The wealthy don't just blow their money. Oh, they live lavishly. They buy yachts. They buy Testarossas and Lamborghinis and Ferraris and McLarens and Bugattis. They do, but they do it with money that they've allocated to play with. But the money that's working for them, they don't touch it. And I've learned to set a benchmark. I want this much this much this, and this much this, and these are assets. And I hold those assets and I don't touch them. Well, you say, well, you know what? That's easy for you to say, Mike, you got a lot of money. Well, okay, how did that happen? There was a point specific that I made a determination that I would not keep killing my golden goose. I would not keep firing those little rectangular employees. I would exchange them for something that outpaced the cost of capital. What is the cost of capital? It's the money printing. Your money is becoming less and less valuable over time. Our kids spend 4 times more money to buy the same thing we bought 20, 30 years ago. It costs them 4 times more. The money supply is increasing. The more you have of anything, the less it's worth. That's why these assets that are limited in amount and are decreasing in quantity are assets you need to hold. Look, I'm going to tell you right now. Mr. Best says this all the time, and I had to really wrap my head around this thing. If you have to get a job, go get it. If you have to get a job, go get it. When I accumulate my digital assets, I always take the whole number. I take 10% out of what I earned in crypto assets, and I cash it out to have liquidity. And then the 90%, I leave it to grow in the market. I don't care if it goes up or down. It matters not to me whether it goes up or down. I'm not sitting around watching the market all day afraid that it's going to collapse because I'm living off the 10%. That's how the wealthy think. And my ultimate goal is to live on 1%. You heard me right. 1%. I want to live. I take my 10% and apportion it to give. I take the 90%, and of that 90%, I cash out 10% for cash liquidity, and the rest of it, I let it grow with the market. If it goes to zero, you know what I'm going to do? As it's going down, buy. I don't just buy the dips. I buy it all the way down. And when it starts going back up, I start buying. G999, XLT, I'm buying the market down. When the G999 is going down, I'm buying it down. I'm accumulating as much of that as I can. Why? Because I'm a believer in that asset. Now, I'm way off topic. So let me jump to my notes. I haven't even started on the notes yet. Thank you, Mr. Best, for these notes. Let me get into a little bit of this. How to think like a millionaire. Point number one. Think about earning more, not saving or spending less. Because the wealthy, they don't save, they invest. Now, I'm not an investment advisor, or not a financial advisor. I'm not an investment broker, nothing of the sort. So my disclaimer, I'm not giving financial advice. This is for informational purposes only. This is just a discussion of how I live my life. I'm sharing with you. I'm pulling back the curtain and sharing with you how I've been able to get to the point where I can live a life of abundance and freedom and not having to stress over money anymore. I don't believe that any of us should be living our lives with mortgage and debt and car notes and all this stuff. You should not have a car note or a mortgage. Mortgage, debt. You should not have a mortgage unless maybe you're in the real estate game and you have a mortgage, but you have a renter that's paying the mortgage and you're getting positive cash flow. Other than that, you should not be holding a mortgage. That's just a guaranteed way to lose. You should be able to pay off that mortgage and live a debt-free life. That roof over your head should be guaranteed for you from now on. Okay. So how to think like a millionaire? Millionaires think about earning more, not saving or spending less. Millionaires don't go around talking about, I'm on a budget, let me spend less money, let me live within my means. That's not how they think. Even if they do, hear me clearly, even if the millionaire class does live below their means, that's not what they're thinking. They're thinking, this is what I want, so I need to earn more. Listen to that. I want this, so I need to earn more. If my dream house is $2 million, then I need to go earn $4 million so I can buy the dream home, and the $2 million I got left, I can put it back to work for me. So whatever my needs are, I need to double it so that that double can earn more, so that I'm not living stressed out with what I want for my life. I will not live in the bondage of money. I will not do it. I will not live subjugated to the confinement of dollars when I have the ability to take those dollars and grow them. Most people are terrified to move their money into an asset and wait for it to matriculate, to grow and to mature. They're terrified to do it because here it is, it's going to cost those dollars that they were going to use to buy some stuff. Are y'all hearing me tonight? Am I helping anybody? You're afraid to move those dollars because it's going to take away the ability to go buy some stuff. I was talking to my son. I used him as an example because he's just like me. When I was his age, I didn't have anything either. And he was like, well, Dad, I got to get me some shirts. I said, you got a shirt on right now, son. He's like, yeah, Dad, I know, but I need some new shirts. I said, why? Have you done a shirt inventory? How many shirts do you have? He said, what do you mean? I said, how many shirts do you have? I don't know. Exactly. You have so many shirts, you don't know how many you have, and you want to go buy some more shirts? I said, son, every single time you get $100 in your hand, I want you to put $20 in the cryptocurrency. Every time. He said, but Dad, it's volatile. I said, no, it's vitality. He said, what? I said, yes, it's not volatile, it's vitality. Volatility is vitality. The wealthy are not afraid of volatility because it is inside volatility that the great wealth is achieved. It is inside of volatility that you have the potential for great increase. Position yourself. Somebody type this in. Position yourself for a windfall. Type that in. Somebody type it. Position myself for a windfall. Holding dollars is not going to position you for a windfall. Putting your money in an asset that has the potential to 5x, 10x while you sleep, that's a windfall. Those of you that hold G999 right now, tell me when I'm lying. Just stop me when I'm lying. You've looked at your back office portfolio and your money will change from $10,000 and $20,000 within an hour. Tell me when I'm telling the truth. Yes or yes. You can sit there looking at your portfolio and depending on how many coins you have, it'll say you got $60,000 in G999. And then you come back an hour, you got $68,000. In an hour, you made $8,000. And you come back, you got $48,000. Then you got $73,000. This is positioning for a windfall. And when you believe in these crypto assets, let me back up for a minute. I'm getting a little bit too fired up. I'm fired up. Listen, let me tell you something about cryptocurrency. The world is changing. In the late 1990s, early 2000s, we reached something called a .com, the .com bubble. And this is when your MySpace and Facebook and YouTube and Amazon, all these .coms start popping in. There were a lot of them that fell apart, like MySpace. They just fell apart. But a lot of people, when they saw the trend line turning to .com, when the internet, the advent of the internet, they started investing in these .com startups, and tens of thousands of people got flat out wealthy. Once in a generation wealth transfer. They got flat out wealthy because they saw a trend and they jumped on it. And they took $10,000 that most people would use to go on vacation and they dropped it in the market and they forgot about it. And guess what happened? They became flat out rich. And people talk about when the .com bubble bursted. When the .com bubble bursted, these people that made so much money cashed out, moved to other investment portfolios till they didn't care about the explosion. And they moved their funds to the FANG stocks, the Facebook, the Apple, the Netflix, the Google, all right? They moved to the FANG stocks. And so they just took their profits, moved them to the more profitable .coms, and these companies are still around today, renovating and changing the entire face of the retail market. Amazon has completely eclipsed the retail market. And those people that took advantage in that quote unquote, oh, that's not gonna last, .com bubble foolishness, are flat out millionaires and billionaires right this moment. And we thought, well, we missed that one. How many of y'all missed the .com? Type missed. Type you missed it. Okay, missed it. Type missed or missed it, all right? But guess what? That normally happens once in a generation. But here's what's amazing. Technology speeds everything up. And so where it used to be a once in a lifetime, a once in a generation wealth transfer, like the steel industry, right? And the automobile industry. All these different industries came about in oil and coal, and then we got into electricity. There's a big one coming up with electricity. You better figure it out. To get into lithium batteries and electric vehicles, you better stop chanting drill, baby, drill, and better drill something in your head. The world is changing right up under your feet. The wealthy are looking for where the world is going, not where the world is. It is the entrepreneur that has a forward-thinking mentality that's not afraid to take some risk, to take some money that they were going to buy some stuff with and put it in a market that has the potential for a windfall. I hope y'all listening to me tonight, because this is how me and my family were able to do what we're doing. We saw where the world was going and we jumped in. An amazing thing happened, man. I'm on number one. I got 76 more to go. We were all into commodities, hard assets, and gold and silver. And man, the world started shifting and the economic energy started flowing out of hard assets into crypto assets. Now, here's where folks missed it. They came out of the Industrial Revolution and it's over, it's dead, and people still sitting in cubicles as if the Industrial Revolution is still viable. It's over. And that's why they keep working harder and harder, earning less and less, buying less and less, and dying broker and broker and teaching it to their children. The industrial age has been over since like 2000. It's over. But what happened was when the digital age came into an advent, we still had analog money. We're still writing checks and using debit cards when the world needed a digital solution. So the internet in the .com era was the beginning of the trend, but I didn't see it. Did y'all see it? I didn't see it. Nobody was talking to me like we're talking to you now. And then we started digging into commodities around 2008 and 2009, but the trend had already left. When we got into gold and silver, we were all excited. We like, yeah, baby, gold. But the world had already moved. While we're stacking gold, the millennials, the people who understood what was happening, they had already started grabbing something called cryptocurrency. See, that's how the millionaires think. They got their ear to the ground. They're like, what's hot? What's out here? While we're grabbing crypto right now, something else is happening. It's called non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and blockchain technology, and wrap tokens. The world is moving. You can't get sedentary, folks. You got to think like a millionaire. You always got to go where the world is going. Don't be here where the world is. Think, where's the world going? What's next? Get out of that lazy, oh my God, I'm trying to hold my mouth right here because sometimes I can let stuff fly out of here. Get out of that lazy, comfortable mentality and open your eyes and read some books like Mr. Best said, read Cryptocurrency, that big magazine. Somebody type that in there so folks can get their hands on that. Start reading and knowing where the world is going. You know, they say keep KISS, keep it super simple. I don't say that. Or keep it simple, stupid. I say keep it sorta simple. KISS, keep it sorta simple. Don't be so simple where you miss the opportunity. Mr. Best was telling me how much he appreciates Mike Johnson because Mr. Best has this knack of keeping things very simple. And he's 66 years old too. And so it's easy. There's this propensity, this proclivity to just sit back and say, okay, I'm a millionaire. I'm doing well. My family's good. The house is good. Everything's good. I got a bunch of assets. And Mike Johnson looked at Mr. Best's back office and said, bro, why are you sitting there with your assets, lazy assets, just sitting there? Man, let's put those things to work. And Mr. Best's like, huh? And Mr. Mike Johnson helped Mr. Best set up all those nodes and all those DeFi and stuff. And now Mr. Best is earning sometimes more cryptocurrency than most people can buy out of their pockets. World is moving. Don't keep it so simple where you miss the windfall. Keep it sort of simple. Keep the process simple. But you need to dig into this dome and learn this new technology because the millionaire class, they read, they study, they assess. They analyze, where's the market going? They listen to the Michael Saylors and the Robert Kiyosaki's of the world. So keep it sort of simple. Don't be so simple where you're just laying back and staying on the calls and the huddles and you never dig in and learn the business and the financial sector and where's cryptocurrency going and what's happening in the financial world. You better learn or the world will pass you right by. Come on now. I don't know what I got all off tangent right there. But I believe that was pretty good. I don't remember what I said, but I hope I said something that made some sense to you right there. So we missed that. And Bitcoin started in cryptocurrency in 2008, 2009. And folks, within 7 years, it had created 20,000 new millionaires. 20,000 new millionaires while we sitting here hodling gold, and gold was phenomenal and still is. But if you look at how gold has grown, it's grown about 7 to 9% over the last 10 years, whereas cryptocurrency and Bitcoin has grown 200% a year for the last 10 years. And you're sitting here saying, oh, I don't want to do that Bitcoin stuff. I don't know. That's not good. I don't know. And the world's passing you by. And guess what else has happened? Right here where we sit, folks still running around trying to buy some real estate and 20% down and putting property managers in place. And you got to secure the property and people stealing from you while you're trying to renovate. And then you put a tenant in there who tears up your house when there's this digital real estate at the click of a button. And folks sitting around saying, well, I got enough XLT. How do you have enough XLT when there's real estate in one of the hottest real estate markets in the world in Dubai? You click a button, no management, property management company working for you 24/7. All you got to do is click a button for $99, no down payment, no credit check, no asset verification, no risk, no tenants to put in the building, and you're into revenue generating digital real estate as little as $99 per voucher. And you're sitting there with $99 and you say, well, I want to go to dinner this weekend. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. You gotta change. Look, you cannot fix a problem. Somebody type this in. You cannot fix a problem with the same mind that created the problem in the first place. You cannot fix a problem with the same mind that created the problem in the first place. Look, if you're 20, 30, 40, go look in your bank account, and say, bank account, Mr. or Mrs. Bank account, how long have I been working? And the bank account's gonna say 20 years. And you're gonna say, how much is in there? And they're gonna say 10,000. And you divide 10,000 by 20 years, and that means you've been able to save $5,000 a year. You're not gonna make it. You're gonna die broke, and you're teaching it to your children. You cannot fix a problem with the same mind that created it. So that mind that had you 20 years with only $10,000 in the bank is because you've done the same action for 20 years, and now you got $10,000 in the bank. Folks, this is what you got to do. Something different. You got to do something different. You can't keep doing what you've been doing, expecting different results. Somebody type in the chat room what that's called. No, you got to think about earning more. And let me tell you something. You can't outwork money. You can't. Money never sleeps. The financial markets never close. The crypto market is 24/7, 365. Money never sleeps. So you can't outwork money. So how do the millionaires think about earning more? They don't think, let me go get a second job. Well, let me save a little more, put it in the bank where I can get 1% interest. No, they're looking around trying to find something that outpaces the cost of capital. So they're looking for something that'll grow by 10, 20, 100, 200%. Who understands the rule of 72? The rule of 72 says you take whatever rate of return divided by 72, and that's how long it's going to take you for your money to double. That's how long it's going to take you for your money to double. So 10%, every 7 years, 7.3 years, your money's going to double. So if you put $100,000 into a vehicle that's 10% return, you're going to have $200,000 in 7.5 years. And here's what's amazing. You keep finding those advents that duplicate 10, 20, 30%, and you take those profits and you compound them. So that 100,000 that takes 7 years to double, but it grows by 77%, that 10% a year, right? It grows. The wealthy take that 10% and add it to that 100,000. They got 110,000 and they grow it again. And then 120 and they grow it again. And then 200,000, they grow it again. It's 400,000, they grow it again. You got $1 million, and in 7 years, you got 2 million. The wealthy grow their wealth. They use money because money never sleeps. And money likes speed. Folks, when you take time to process thought, it's because you're afraid you're going to run out of money. You have lack mentality. Somebody type that in. Destroy my lack mentality. So think like a millionaire. Think of earning more, not spending less. Sometimes my wife, she's doing things, she runs the household, and she says, babe, I want to do this. And I just say, do it. And she said, well, do we want to know how much it costs? I was like, not really. I just need to go earn the money. Let's go. Do it. Think about earning more. Get an abundance mentality. I will earn more, not spend less. Don't downgrade your dreams. Upgrade your work ethic. Do not downgrade your dreams. Upgrade your work ethic. All right, number 2. The millionaire class, the world class, they think of problems to solve, while the poor and middle class think of their problems. Roger Williams says this all the time. He says, Roger, I wish you could step out and actually repeat this so I don't butcher it. He says, most people keep in mind what they don't want. Boomer was teaching us this. Did I get that right, Roger?
Yep. Most people keep in mind the things that they do not want.
Man, somebody needs to write that down. Most people keep in mind the things they don't want. And whatever you focus on, what stays on your mind becomes real in time. What stays on your mind becomes real in time. Whatever you focus on, you will get more of. So most people focus on the problems. Man, I sure wish I had some money. man, I got lack, I these bills, man, they kicking my butt. They talking about it all the time. Sometimes people think the wealthy, all they do is think about money. It's not true. The wealthy very seldom think about money. They think about growing money, but they don't think about money. They don't have money thoughts. They have life thoughts, freedom thoughts, travel thoughts, abundance thoughts, legacy thoughts, empire building thoughts. They don't think about money. The poor and middle class think about money all day. How do I prove it? You want to go to dinner. What restaurant can I go? That's a little expensive. Your kid needs something. Your kid wants a new car at 16. Son, we got to pray on that one. Everything is a money decision. Wouldn't it be great if you weren't living your life based on money decisions? Guys, you got to break that. So the wealthy think of problems to solve. This is another thing that I'm excited about our business. In our company, in GS Partners, we're solving major world issues. We're a digital age needing a digital money system and digital assets. Well, what is GS Partners all about? G999, a sound digital money system, XLT, digital real estate, digital assets. Lydian World, a digital world game with digital real estate, paying real money through a digital medium. This is GS Partners, and we're a digital company. Almost everything we have is digitally delivered in an instant all over the world. We're solving a world problem, converting crypto into fiat, solving a world problem. So the wealthy, they think about solving problems. What else do the wealthy do? What's another significant thing about the wealthy? Okay, they think of leverage. All right, they think of leverage. Now, I'm going to tread gingerly on this one. I'm going to tread very gingerly on this one because here are the things that the wealthy leverage. They leverage time. Okay, how do you get more time? I mean, the clock's not going to stop. It's ticking right now as I'm speaking. Matter of fact, I need to hurry up and wrap this up because time's a ticking. Well, how do you get more time? Well, you got to leverage either a system or an organization and a team. You have to leverage a system or an organization or a team. So you get more time by leveraging a system. Now, the leveraging of people, this is what I need to teach you. I need to give you a paradigm shift right here.
All right. Hello, everybody. Hello. My goodness, this is so much great content from Mr. Dalcoe. Once again, like I said, we love to hear from real teachers, people who have actually done something that we're aspiring to do or moving forward in at this time, right? So I love that about Mr. Dalcoe, very transparent. And you can just hear the passion in his voice. So there's so many success tips that he shared. So listen back to this audio video, start taking notes, gather more information about what we're doing globally to empower you, not just to think like a millionaire, but to actually tap into millionaire status. And yes, there have been people who have built $1 million a year income with Gold Standard Partners. There's several within Wealth Builders Worldwide, and I'm encouraging you, whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, if it's that financial freedom and time freedom with your loved ones and people of the like, tap into Wealth Builders Worldwide. We have success coaches in every single area. We have our live power calls at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to go ahead and show that on the screen. So join us. On this screen, there's several doctors, there's several professionals in all different walks of life. There's single moms. I mean, there's people from all different walks of life. There's pastors on here. There's several people here that are part of your success team, and they're here to support your growth and your success. And you will be so pleasantly surprised that you connected with Wealth Builders Worldwide and Gold Standard Partners, guys. I will see everybody on the next live stream. Thank you for joining.